Hey guys, what's going on? What is up with all of you? This is Turds Into Diamonds. As you can see, we are ready to start life in the Football League. We are taking on Port Vale away in League 2, but that is all for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will look at everything that's been going on through the summer, the ins and outs, and everything else. We will see what life possibly holds in store for us in the coming season in League Two. But today is a little bit of a change of pace. We are slowing things down and we're kind of having a look around the football pyramid. It's the first time I'm doing this in 3 seasons, so we haven't really been caught up in what's been going on in the world of football. That's probably because we had 2 tough seasons in the Vanarama National League, and I really didn't feel like having a look up and down all the tables. But now we've had a bit of success. I'm a little bit happier, and we are going to take a look through. I am expecting now, because it is now 2028. We are now 7 years into the save. I am expecting to maybe see a bit of a change in the dominant teams at the top of English football, and perhaps 1 or 2 Football Manager regens starting to take their place at the top of the game. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's have a look. First of all, let's have a look at what's been going on in League 2. If we have a look at the table, so Rochdale and Carlisle are playing right now, but what has been going on the last couple of years? Well, there you go. Bristol Rovers, Tranmere and Exeter were promoted last season, along with Southend. Who went down last season? It was Hartlepool and Cambridge. All right, where did Grimsby come from then? Where did Grimsby come from? Because I was convinced Grimsby were playing us last season because they've been relegated. I spent an entire year in game speaking about how Grimsby had come down from League 2. And there was also, okay, right, I've got it. This is the season that's literally just finished, isn't it? There's me already getting confused. There you go. All right, so Cambridge United and Hartlepool have become Vanarama National League teams. And Northampton, who we share their stadium right now, they only just survived. So I'm hoping the game gives us a little bit of local rivalry and a big crowd when we play Northampton. But yeah, in real life, that would be an absolutely enormous game. So I'm looking forward to playing them this season. So in that sense, glad they survived. So we've got a little bit of rivalry going on. So yeah, Hartlepool and Cambridge we won't be seeing. Cambridge would have also been a nice local derby, kind of 45 minutes between the 2 clubs. So that's a little bit of a shame that they are out of the Football League, but there you go. Bristol Rovers, Tranmere, Exeter and Southend going up to League 1 then. What happened the season before that? Leyton Orient, Lincoln and Oxford going up with Salford. Salford doing pretty well, I think. And of course, Gloucester and Grimsby went down, as we know. The year before that, which we haven't looked at previously, Wrexham, Forest Green, who we beat in the FA Cup, and Fleetwood, who we lost to in the FA Cup. But Fleetwood, we know, have come back down because they were a League 2 team last season when we lost to them. Port Vale also went up, and we are playing them first game of the season, so we know they also came down pretty quickly as well. So expect them to be a strong team if they've been up in League 1. And Crawley and Newport County there, who have also given us problems during our time in the Vanarama National League. So there you go. That's League 2 over a couple of seasons. Let's have a look up the tables here. Let's go to League 1. So there you go. There's the season just starting. So last season it just finished. Portsmouth, Sheffield Wednesday and Rotherham becoming championship teams for this season. Big teams like Millwall, Cardiff. Who else is down there? Hull, Blackpool, Burton, Bolton Wanderers, all in League 1. who went down last season? Colchester, Carlisle, Salford and Rochdale. So Salford bombing back down, but those you have to think are going to be the big threats in League Two. Those teams that have just been playing League One. And you can see, apart from Rochdale, they all competed. I mean, Salford only went down by 3 points in the end. So they were certainly competitive in League One in terms of having a chance of staying up. So expect Colchester, Carlisle and Salford to be tough games for us this season. The season before that, Wigan, Peterborough and Barnsley got promoted to the Championship. Doncaster, Shrewsbury, Port Vale and Fleetwood going down. So yeah, Fleetwood and Port Vale I think are going to be dangerous teams this season. What happened the season before that? So the season before that, it was Sunderland, Huddersfield and Charlton that went up. Morecambe, Lincoln, Leyton Orient and Cambridge. So Cambridge have had 2 relegations in just a few seasons. They are kind of a team in major decline then, going on to play Vanarama National League. We'll have to see if they get up. And yeah, let's go and look at the Championship. So last season, Norwich, Blackburn and Derby were promoted to the Premier League. There you go, Derby's rejuvenation is complete. Some big teams there, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Sunderland, now a strong Championship team. Middlesbrough, Notts Forest in mid-table there. Ipswich, Birmingham staying up. Barnsley, Peterborough and Wigan were the relegated teams. 2 seasons ago, what happened? Fulham, Bristol City and Stoke were promoted. I think Fulham are looking kind of like what's the word? Fulham are kind of looking like a bit of a yo-yo team. So yeah, I've clicked something and I've just got a little bit lost. There you go. So that was okay. So that was last season. That was the season before. Fulham, Brentford and West Brom, Cardiff, Charlton and Barnsley being relegated, and Stoke, Crystal Palace, Bristol City the year before, with Blackpool, Birmingham and Burton going down. So do you know what? I've gone all the way back there, haven't I? I've gone all the way back to 2022-23. Okay, I really was clicking stuff and not knowing what was going on. So there you go. Okay, yeah, there we go. So there you go. That's a bit of fun. That's a bit of professionalism for you, isn't it? There you go. Millwall, Sheffield Wednesday, MK Dons went down a couple of seasons ago. It was Aston Villa, Watford and Palace that went up a couple of seasons ago, with Portsmouth, Plymouth and Peterborough going down. Apologies to anybody who actually noticed what happened there before I did and was kind of watching that kind of, oh, you idiot, what are you doing? The Premier League, so this is obviously the important one. Last season, who was champions? Liverpool were champions again. Manchester United, Manchester City and Newcastle got into the Champions League. Chelsea missing out. So Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham are the big teams not involved in the Champions League for this season. Wolves, Stoke and Bristol City went down. You may have spotted we actually managed to get a friendly against Wolves in pre-season, which was very good for the bank balance. They beat us 2-0, but we had a really good performance against them. So it was kind of encouraging that we managed to run a recently relegated Premier League team nice and close in that game. But they are going to be a Championship team. And Leeds United, I know they won the Carabao Cup, so they are in the Europa League. Or, oh, that seems to indicate, is that... So I don't know how Football Manager kind of, it's whatever they're calling these competitions. So ECC is what? Is that Europa League or what? So Chelsea are in the ECC. Okay, that's the European Champions Cup. So Chelsea are in the Champions League. They must have won the Champions League then. They must have won it to have qualified again. So there are 5 teams in the Champions League for this coming season. Arsenal and Leeds are in the Europa League, and Tottenham are in the Conference League there. All right, so Chelsea, basically by winning the Champions League, have managed to save their season there and keep Champions League football. So that was this season just gone. The season before that, Manchester United were champions. Arsenal, Man City and Liverpool were the other Champions League teams. And you can see Chelsea, they must have won the Champions League 2 years running. We'll see that in a little while. But Chelsea are on a great Champions League run. They've had 2 seasons of finishing outside the Champions League places, but have managed to qualify for the competition by winning it both times. West Ham, Leeds were in the Conference League, so Leeds have done well to get European football 2 seasons running. West Ham are now out of it, but Tottenham and Newcastle have managed to recover after not getting European football the season before last. And there you see Brentford, Burnley and Crystal Palace were relegated. The season prior to that, Manchester United again, so they were back-to-back Premier League champions. Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool got the Champions League spots. Leeds were again in the Europa League. They must have won the FA Cup or the League Cup that season as well. So, or maybe they won the Conference League the season before that. I don't know. But Leeds are having a few seasons of European football, so that's very good for them. And again, Arsenal, Tottenham and Newcastle just fluttering around those places. You can see with all the money that Newcastle have got, and with the size of stadium and the power that teams like Arsenal and Tottenham have got, you can see how hard it is still to break into that traditional top 4. I mean, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea and Liverpool still at the moment in this save game, 7 years in, still kind of dominating the game, aren't they? So let's have a look here. Where are the player stats for the season just gone? Let's have a look. Who was Premier League top scorer? So let's have a look. Player detailed. Okay, so yeah, no matches have been played, so I can't see it, and I can't go back a year. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying, isn't it? That'll teach me for trying to check that. So let's have a look at the FA Cup. Let's see who's been winning the FA Cup the last few seasons. So, okay, it was Leeds. I thought they won the Carabao Cup. Maybe they won both, who knows? So Leeds are the current FA Cup holders. Let's have a look at stages. And let's put it into a tree. And then if I go back a year, let's have a look. From the quarterfinals, where are we? From the quarterfinal stage, or shall I go 5th round? I'll go 5th round. So Leeds beat Everton on penalties in the FA Cup final. There were some horrible teams in last season's FA Cup semi-finals, weren't there? Leeds beating Norwich and Everton beating West Ham. Where were the big teams? Man City lost to Everton. Arsenal lost to West Ham in extra time. And Reading and Watford made it to the quarterfinals. What a hideous FA Cup competition last season. Grimsby, who were of course in the Vanarama National League with us, they made it to the 5th round. They got some big money from the FA Cup last season. They had a great time of it. Aston Villa, Newcastle, Arsenal and Tottenham there in the 5th round. Leeds, Peterborough. So a lot of big clubs. The league champions Liverpool, Chelsea, they were not involved past the 3rd or 4th round this past season. So that was a pretty boring FA Cup. The season before that, Manchester City beat Southampton in the final. Southampton beating Chelsea in extra time in the semi-finals. Man City beating Leicester. Liverpool were beaten by Manchester United in the 5th round. So Liverpool have had a couple of years of not doing much in the FA Cup. Who was the big team creating an upset that season? I guess it would have been, I guess looking at that, it probably would have been Coventry making the 5th round, Peterborough making the quarterfinals. Again, not the most exciting of FA Cup seasons there. And a bit of a boring winner, wasn't it? The season prior to that, Manchester United beat Liverpool, so they did a League and Cup double, I think that means. Liverpool beat Newcastle in the semis. Crystal Palace got to the semi-final as well. That was nice for them. Liverpool knocked out Manchester City. Newcastle knocked out Chelsea. So there were some big teams in the quarter-final stage there. And probably an exciting final, Liverpool-Manchester United. So a little bit more interest in there. Let's have a look. Do I put in Carabao? Is that going to bring up the Carabao Cup? It does. Manchester United are the current holders of the Carabao Cup. Let's have a look at stages in a tree again, and let's go fourth round. And so if we look back last season, so Manchester United hammering Arsenal in the final, and they hammered Everton in the semi-final. Arsenal beat Wolves in their semi-final. I guess that 6-4 is probably an aggregate score, isn't it? Wolves beating Tottenham in the quarter-final. Manchester United beating Wigan. Well done, Wigan. Everton, Sheffield United, Arsenal, Stoke. And again, a real lack of the big teams. Everton beat Chelsea in the fourth round. But outside of that, Manchester City lost to Tottenham in the fourth round. Liverpool nowhere to be seen. So again, the Carabao Cup, probably a lot of the big teams rotating players. And you see there, the season before that, it was Manchester City beating Leicester in the final. West Brom making it to the semi-finals. Leicester knocking out Manchester United in the semi-finals there. Again, a lack of the big teams. West Brom, Millwall in the quarter-final. Man City beating QPR. Leicester beating Brentford. So Liverpool lost to Manchester United in the fourth round. Were Chelsea in the fourth round? Don't see them anywhere there. Tottenham lost to Manchester City. So the Carabao Cup really has been a competition that teams have been able to do well in from the lower side of the Premier League and maybe the Championship. Chelsea beat Manchester United the year before that. Sheffield United and Southampton making semi-finals. Arsenal made the quarter-finals. Wolves losing to Sheffield United. Fulham made the quarter-finals. Again, a lack of the big teams. Manchester City lost to Manchester United in the fourth round. Liverpool were nowhere to be seen in the fourth round. Some interesting stuff in the Carabao Cup. Let's have a look. If I keep going up, no, that's going to take me back to the lower leagues of English football. So let's go to the European Champions Cup. Let's have a look at the European Champions Cup. Is it going to find it if I put European Champions? There you go, it does. So as we know, Chelsea are the holders. Let's have a look at the stages here. Let's look round into, let's have a look. If we go back a season and we have a look, if we go down to the first knockout round. Alright, so now what is happening now? Okay, I think this happens every time I do one of these. There you go. I have to just rotate around the tree there to get it to give the results we want to see. So Chelsea beat Barcelona in the European Cup final, and Barcelona destroyed Manchester United 8-2 on aggregate in the semi-finals. Chelsea beat Manchester City in the semis. Liverpool lost to Chelsea on penalties in the quarter-final. Much more what we would expect here in the Champions League. Barcelona beating Bayern Munich, Arsenal losing to Manchester United in the quarterfinals. Juventus were there in the first knockout round, as were Real Madrid losing to Liverpool, Borussia Dortmund, Atletico Madrid. Paris Saint-Germain lost to Arsenal in the first knockout round. So, a much more traditional big team competition in the Champions League. And the season before that was the same final. Chelsea beat Barcelona once again. Benfica made it to the semis, as did Manchester City, who lost to Barcelona. Liverpool beaten by Benfica 5-4 on aggregate in the quarterfinals. Manchester United lost to Chelsea. Paris Saint-Germain lost in the quarterfinals on penalties to Manchester City, and Bayern Munich lost in the quarterfinals again. And again, looking at the first round, it really was the teams you would expect. Shakhtar Donetsk did make it through the group stages, but other than that, we've got Real Madrid losing to Liverpool. Lazio were there. Milan lost to Chelsea. Juventus lost to Manchester United. Borussia Dortmund lost to Manchester City. Monaco lost to Barcelona. Porto losing to Bayern. So much more predictable in the Champions League. Okay, now 3 seasons ago, Bayern Munich were the European champions, beating Juventus in the final. And breaking with tradition, there were no English semi-finalists. Bayern beating Real Madrid, Juventus beating Barcelona, Manchester City lost to Bayern, Manchester United lost to Real Madrid, Dortmund lost to Juventus, and Porto lost to Barcelona. So Manchester City and Manchester United, the only English representatives in the quarter-final 3 seasons ago. Feyenoord made it through the group stages. That's good to see. Paris Saint-Germain lost to Manchester United. Napoli lost to Real Madrid. Shakhtar Donetsk lost to Borussia Dortmund. Tottenham went out to Juventus on penalties. Milan went out to Porto, and Arsenal went out to Barcelona. So I guess that, I mean, you can't go wrong with the Champions League, can you? You know you're going to get big names. Even if the English teams go out early, you've got big names to come in there. So kind of nice to see a season there where it wasn't all the same. Let's go back a season here in the Europa League. Let's look from the second knockout round. So let's have a look at a tree. So this is the season just gone. Milan beat Marseille in the final. RB Leipzig and Monaco in the semi-finals. A real lack of English teams here last season. Marseille beating PSV. Atalanta were there. Sporting and West Ham, who of course were the only English representation in that season because Chelsea went up to the Champions League. West Ham went out in the quarter-final against Salzburg. So yeah, there you go. Some other big names going out in the second knockout round. Ajax there, Besiktas, Inter Milan and Sevilla also going out in the second knockout round, as I suddenly get a bout of hiccups. 2 seasons ago, Arsenal lost to Inter Milan in the final. That's a great final, isn't it? And then the semi-finals, Tottenham also lost to Inter Milan. So both North London clubs falling foul of Inter in the competition, and Antwerp making the semi-finals. That would have been nice for them. Beating Slavia Prague in the quarters and Napoli in the second knockout round. Villarreal got there. Leeds were in the quarter-final. That's nice to see. And Bayer Leverkusen also in the quarter-final. Other big teams that went out earlier. Roma were there. Sporting Lisbon. Salzburg going out there. Athletic Bilbao. Leipzig going out to Villarreal. And of course Napoli. 3 seasons ago, Liverpool were the Europa League champions. There you go, beating Inter into a finalist 2 years in a row. Wolfsburg and Bayer Leverkusen making the semis. Actually, probably a bit more of an interesting tournament this, because you've got other names getting to the later stages, names that obviously in the Champions League wouldn't really stand much of a chance. So this is sort of quite nice to see. Besiktas there, Galatasaray there, Hoffenheim, Atletico Madrid getting to the quarter-final. Roma were once again out in the second knockout round. Nice to see Wolfsburg having a good tournament there as well. Lille were there. Chelsea actually went out to Bayer Leverkusen in the second knockout round 3 years ago. Valencia went out early as well. So, yeah, an interesting Euro Cup. Quite nice to see there. Let's have a look at the Conference League. I think we can scoot over the Conference League pretty quick. It's a pretty boring competition, isn't it? If we're being honest. Let's have a look. So, what season am I on here? Why can I? So I am on last season. Why am I only seeing? Okay, it's gone back to the 3rd qualifying round for some reason. It kind of reset itself because it was a new competition. So Leeds did indeed win the Conference League a couple of years ago. So that is why they got into that Europa League place, beating Celtic in the semi-final. And Lille, they would have been very pleased to have made a European final for sure. They beat Legia Warsaw in the semi-finals. Roma are having a horrible time of it in Europe, aren't they? They just can't get any luck in the Europa League and not even in the Conference League. out in the quarterfinals to Legia Warsaw. Apart from that, it's a pretty boring looking competition, isn't it? Second knockout round, you've got Hertha Berlin there, Villarreal unfortunately drawing Leeds. Would have been nice to have seen both of those teams a little bit further down the line, I would have thought. Anderlecht were there, Fenerbahce were there, Maccabi Tel Aviv and Feyenoord. There were some big names in the second round that didn't go any further, so that's probably disappointing for the competition. And the season before that, it was Newcastle losing to Marseille in the final. They beat Lille in the semis. Marseille beat Celta Vigo on penalties. So yeah, this season, or this season that we're looking at, there were some bigger names were in and around it, weren't there? There was Feyenoord in the quarterfinal, PSV in the quarterfinal, Sparta Prague going out to Newcastle, Genk were there. So Standard, Fiorentina, there were a few kind of bigger names there that season. Have I gone back 2 or have I gone back 3? I don't know. But there you go. Leeds won the Conference League again 3 seasons ago, I think that was. So Leeds have actually had a nice little bit of European success. They've probably enjoyed being in the Conference League more than most. A couple of trophy lifts for Leeds United. Very nice for them. Lille seem to enjoy this competition as well, getting to the semi-finals. Atalanta in the final there, beating Marseille. So Marseille have made this a little bit of a competition that they do well in. Ghent were there, Red Star were there, Young Boys. And in the second knockout round, some fairly big European names like Lokomotiv Moscow, Antwerp again, Fiorentina again, Anderlecht again. Shamrock Rovers of Ireland getting to the second knockout round of the Conference League. That would have been very good for them. They, I would have thought, made a lot of money in the Irish League through getting to the second knockout round of the Conference League. So very good for them. Let's have a little look. Who is... Do I put in Golden Ball? Who is the Ballon d'Or winner? I think I do put in Golden Ball. Who is the Ballon d'Or 7 years into the future? It is Erling Haaland of Chelsea. 41 goals last season. That's pretty impressive. Lautaro Martinez coming third, and Joshua Kimmich, now 32 years old, coming second there. And the season before that, it was Erling Haaland. Once again, he's dominated the last couple of seasons. Leroy Sané, second place, and Francisco Trincao of Manchester United in third. So, and he was actually the Golden Ball, the Ballon d'Or winner the year before that, beating out Erling Haaland and Bernardo Silva. And that has kind of ended Mohamed Salah's dominance that we saw the last time we were looking through this stuff. So Salah won 3 Ballon d'Ors in a row, but it is now the era of Erling Haaland, a second place and 2 first places, and he is still only 27. So he could have a few years yet of being that dominant force. How many goals did he score last season? He scored 36 a couple of years ago, and he scored 36 the year before that. 36 in 39 there, 36 in 53, and he's now got 41 in 51. And the computer-generated results tend to not give players these amazing goal-scoring records like they have in real life, or like you can get from a team that you run in Football Manager. Obviously, you can kind of get sort of fairly limited strikers to score a lot of goals in the game engine on this current edition of Football Manager. I kind of feel like the strikers have kind of broken the game, but good to see Erling Haaland there getting that. Now, who is? I'm trying to think how are they going to describe the Best Player Award, the FIFA Best. I think if I put in Best Player in Europe, World Cup Best Player. So let's have a look at Best Player in Europe. I believe this is the FIFA Best, probably. It says it's a UEFA award, so there you go. Maybe not, but yeah, Erling Haaland has won. He's actually won 5 of the last 6. Look, he is really the dominant force in English football now, in European football and world football. He is absolutely the dominant force. So this is worked out over a year, isn't it? A calendar year rather than a season. So, yeah, very impressive from Erling Haaland. He is, yeah, obviously Mbappe has come in as the winner there 3 years ago, but I don't see Mbappe anywhere else. Look, Harry Kane at 33 years old, still getting involved in these awards. Kevin De Bruyne at 34, also still getting involved. But yeah, Erling Haaland is kind of the dominant force, it would seem, in world football now. He has taken over Mohamed Salah's mantle. So very impressive there from Erling Haaland. Now I'm going to finish off. I want to just look at the Euros, because we have just had a Euros just finish. Yeah, so European. All right, so if I put in Euros, that is not going to bring up what I want. So if I put in, oh, do you know what? Look, there you go. I've just seen European Golden Boot. There you go. Champions Cup Golden Boot. There we can see who has been dominating this competition. Moukoko, now of Barcelona, the European Cup top scorer last season. Erling Haaland, Mbappe, Fati. So this one has been kind of shared around a bit. Erling Haaland has won it a couple of times in this save game. So yeah, Erling Haaland is kind of getting everywhere, isn't he? Let's put Golden Boot in again and see what we can see on Golden Boot. I think we had, did we have the World Cup Golden Boot, and that can kind of bring me into, okay, so Euro Cup is going to be the Euros. Let's have a look at the Euro Cup first. So who have the Golden Boot winners been? So Maxi Gomez has been the last winner. Why have we got, no, hang on. So this is still, there you go, this is still club competition. I want the International European Championships. European Champions Cup, European Football Championship. There you go. So let's have a look at this. Now this has literally just been played during the pre-season that we have just finished. You can see Spain have won it. They have just beaten Austria. So Austria doing very well there. Let's have a look from the quarter-final stage. Who made the later rounds? Ireland were semi-finalists. So well done Ireland and Austria, who really have exceeded expectations there. Italy making the semi-final. England nowhere to be seen, which is odd in Football Manager. Normally, when you have an English database loaded up, England are a formidable team. But yeah, Ireland beat Belgium in the quarterfinals. Austria beat Croatia. Italy beat Norway, and Spain beat Holland. So you could probably say it was a little bit of a boring Euros, I guess. And the Euros before that we saw was when Italy beat Russia. Let's have a look here. Do you know what? Let's have a look. Where are the player stats? If I go back to the current, is it gonna give me the detailed player stats? It is. So where do we go for goals? So the top scorer. Let's have a look. So Erling Haaland was the top scorer in the Euros. He is absolutely dominating football, isn't he? Absolutely dominating. And Calum O'Hare of Ireland, at 30 years old, coming second place in the European Championships Golden Boot. Who is Calum O'Hare? I mean, he looks all right, doesn't he? From what we can see there, he looks okay. He's playing for Atlanta United in the MLS. How long has he been there? He's just gone there after playing for Coventry in the Championship. And he was previously at Aston Villa. Look, he moved to Coventry on a free in 2020. So Calum O'Hare has probably made himself a little bit of a cult hero there, becoming the European Championship second top scorer and giving Erling Haaland a run for his money. That's very impressive. So nice to see there. And we have also had a World Cup. Let's have a look. Is it going to be listed as World Cup? There you go. All right, so Spain are the holders of the World Cup and the European Championship. So very impressive. They are the dominant team. Let's have a look. So stages. Let's go from the second round on, and let's look at it in a tree. So Spain beat Brazil. Let's have on that side of the draw. England lost to Brazil in the quarter-final in extra time. And Austria must have a wonderful team now, because they've not only been beaten in the European Championship final, but they've made the semi-finals of the World Cup, beating the USA in the quarter-finals, who beat Italy in the third round. There you go. Very, very impressive from Austria. So Brazil, still a powerhouse. Spain, the absolute dominant force. They beat Poland in the semi-finals, and Mexico made the quarterfinals there along with Turkey. So yeah, kind of impressive. Poland beating Germany in the third round. Mexico beating Croatia. So this is the big extended World Cup, I think, isn't it? To have this many teams making the first round, or the second round, the first knockout round. This must be the big extended World Cup. Belgium losing to Austria. Denmark lost to Brazil. England beat Ghana. Turkey beat South Korea. Spain beat Morocco. So, yeah, pretty impressive from Spain. So Spain are the major players. And if we look here, where are Norway with Erling Haaland? Did they even make it through? I don't see Norway anywhere there. So maybe they didn't even qualify for the World Cup. Let's have a look at player stats for the World Cup. Who was the World Cup top scorer? Okay, so, all right, because we're now into a new cycle of the World Cup, I can't see those player stats. So that's a little bit of a shame. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see that, but yeah, Erling Haaland not able to pull out a big World Cup performance there. So yeah, there you go. I've just realised, looking at this, I've been 37 minutes. That's why I wanted this to be its own separate episode, because I knew there was 3 years to look through, but I didn't think I was going to end up talking for 37 minutes about it. There you go, but lots going on. Erling Haaland is the major player in world football. Chelsea are double Champions League winners. Liverpool are the current English champions. And Leeds United have had a nice little time in Europe as well. So very interesting. There you go. That was a nice little change of pace. Like I said, I wanted to kind of have a look around and see what this save game had been throwing up. I hope it hasn't been too long for you. We will be back in the next episode with our start of Season 8, starting life as a Football League team in League 2. Really looking forward to it, really excited. But for today, that is going to be all. We'll see you on the next one, where we see if AFC Rushden Diamonds can adapt to life in the Football League. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Drop a like on that video. See you later.